I'm out of my pond today and I'm going to be showing you guys how to catch bluegill, along with some of my favorite baits to do so. Now to get started, you absolutely do not need anything special to catch a bluegill. I'm going to be showing you today with this $13 Barbie rod I got from Walmart. It's not complicated. Now before we actually start fishing, we got to understand a little bit more about bluegill, what they are, what their motives are, and why they actually eat. They eat to live. Boom, mind's blown. But this is a bluegill, and there's a lot of other fish that look like bluegill, and they're called panfish. Technically, they're different species. They all act the same, so you're in luck. They're kind of like a flatfish, as you can see, but they school up, which means they're usually not alone. This has a lot to do with how they eat, because competition is a big deal for them, and that's why they're going to eat a lot of the times. And typically, they'll be around something, what we call structure. So over there's some rocks. Here's some random pipes in the water. Over there's a tree in the water. Here's a dock. They just like to be around something. They're usually not going to be out in the middle of open water 100 feet deep. And to get started with bluegill, there's two main rigs you need to know. The first is a bobber rig. Super simple. You put a bobber, a sinker, and a hook. And the other rig is a bottom rig, which is the same exact thing, just no bobber. I actually made a bluegill fishing kit, and inside it's got everything you would need. Since I know going to Walmart, there's a million options of stuff, I simplified it and put everything you need in here, nothing that you don't. On top, we've got 7 bobbers, the exact weight you need, 2 different size hooks you need, and then I've even got some artificial lures that you may want to use later down the road once you get more experience. And on the front is a QR code, takes you to a free course, learning a little bit more in depth about everything in there. But I used the things in there to come up with this right here, the bobber rig I was showing you earlier. I clip on that bobber, run it up about 1.5 feet, tie on my hook. I got videos on the channel if you want to know the knot I use to tie the hook. It's really important. You don't just want to do normal knots. And then just clipped on there, I got a little weight. Now that we have our bobber rig, what are we going to do now? What's our bait? I actually done a video on this channel as well, my top 5 bluegill baits. But today we're just going to use corn. This is number 5 on the top 5. One really important thing about bluegill fishing is you don't want to use a hook bigger than their mouth. So you can see right there, that hook is not very big. Bluegill's mouths are not that big. And you don't want your bait to be any bigger than can fit in a bluegill's mouth. Bread is another good one. If you throw on a bread ball that big, it is too big to fit in the bluegill's mouth. You're going to get a lot of bites and never hook up with one. So right here, I'm keeping it super simple. I do not need 2 pieces. 1 piece is plenty. Now let's go ahead and cast it near some structure, see if we can get something to bite. I'm gonna cast it right over there. And now our bait is being suspended by the bobber, so that whenever something touches our bait, we should be able to see the bobber move. My game plan, I wanna keep my line kinda tight so that I have contact with it. And whenever that bobber goes underwater, that's whenever I'm gonna pull up, set the hook, because that means a fish is on. Right now it's not doing anything, so I'm not too worried about it. Now it's moving. You can see my bobber. It's moving around a lot. It's moving around a lot, but I'm not going to jerk. Oh, there it was. There it went down. It went down. It's still going. It's still going down. It's still going down. It's bouncing. I'm not going to jerk it until it goes underwater because they're just nibbling at it. And once it stops bouncing, I'm pulling it up because that usually means my bait's gone. Not a problem. I'm getting another piece. Keep going. All right, let's get this thing right back out there. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? He took it. He took it and he was quicker than I was, so I didn't catch him. That's all right. I think we're doing good. We're getting bites today. This is good. And here's the thing, guys. Don't get discouraged because they will take your bait a lot more than you'll catch them. And that is normal and okay. Watching that bobber. There, oh, that was close right there. If the bobber went under, that was my time to strike. I went ahead and pulled back because with this hook right here, when they put the hook in their mouth, you've got to pull a little bit so that it stabs through their mouth. Yeah, sounds kind of rough, but don't worry, it's just a fish. It's not a big deal. But you do got to set the hook. You do got to pop it a little bit and set the hook. See, I'm watching. There he is. Oh, there he is. There he is. It went underwater. I pulled up, and there he is attached to it. Hey, let's think and go, baby. I got a fish. Now here's a good question. How do you take one of these things off? Yeah, that's something you probably need to know. So with these guys, don't be afraid of them. They're not going to do anything. They won't bite you. I know that. With a bluegill looking critter, what you need to look out for are these spines up here. I mean, how? Yeah, they're kind of pokey. They're not like razor blades. They're just little fins. This is just so that he can swim through the water straight and stuff. But what's cool about them is if you push them this way, they go down. So if you hold him like this, I would say the first thing you want to do is go ahead and grab the hook. That way you do have control of the fish and he won't sit there and spin. Then if you start from the top, you can kind of put your hands up here, slide it down and just hold it like that. He ain't going nowhere. From there, just reverse the hook out the way it went in. Boom. We took him off the hook. And this dude's being a gentleman, he is. He's being really good. He's just hanging out with us. But this is actually not a bluegill. It's a red ear. Pretty much the same thing. Don't overthink it. Nice little fish. Just toss him back in. That is how to catch a bluegill. Let's take this bobber off, because sometimes they will be deeper, and sometimes if you're not getting normal bites, sometimes it's a good idea to switch over, take that bobber off, and throw it on the bottom. Since it doesn't have a bobber to float, it is just going to be on the bottom. But you got to pay a lot more attention, okay? You're going to throw it out there just like normal. You want to keep your line kind of tight, because you need to be able to feel your bait. You can't see anything. It's at the bottom of the lake. But you want to be able to hold it tight and have contact with your line. That way you can feel what's going on. And I actually got a bite on the way down, and he took my bait. And they will absolutely eat it on the way down. So I'm going to throw this out there. And whenever I feel boop, 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 and it starts pulling me, that's whenever I know I got a fish. I'm getting a bite right there. There he is. He started pulling. I pulled back. By golly, we got a big one here. We got a big old fish, boys. Big old bluegill. And there we go. We got a fish. And this is a bluegill. Just like before, how do you take this thing off? Oh no, how do I take this thing off? We're going to grab the line right here, but he's spinning. Now what? Just slowly run your hand down the line, grab that hook to where it stops spinning. As long as you hold on to it good, that hook cannot really get on you because you're holding the hook. From there, he's being a good old boy. I'm just coming here, I'm going to grab him on top. I can start at the top. Uh-oh. Hey, he ate my corn twice. Calm down, buddy. Sometimes he'll flop. And if they're flopping like crazy, here's what you do. Give him a second. He'll chill out. He'll stop flopping in a minute. There you go. We'll slide our hand down, grab that. We're just going to come in here, start at the top, kind of just slide your hand down, grab him. Once you grab him, you got your hand full. Boom. Real simple. Take him off. You got your nice bluegill. We caught bluegill today, didn't we? And that was fun. If you want the free course, just go to the website and scan the QR code. You ain't even got to buy the kit. I don't care. If you want to know how to tie a hook, click right over here or right over here. For whenever I went in Walmart and picked out 5 rods I would buy and 5 rods I would never buy.